and welcome to the Tairua-Pāuanui Board meeting. I'll just remind them we are being recorded, and we are recording. We're up and running. Are there any apologies? They're being done. Can I have a mover and a second, please, to no. I shall now move on to public forum. I'm not aware of any in the public forum. Right, we'll move into 1.4. Are there any items not on the agenda? No. 1.5. Conflicts of interest. Are there any conflicts of interest? No. 1.6. Minutes of confirmation. I so move that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board confirms the minutes for the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board held on the 11th of September 2023. Can I have a second, please? Are there any errors or omissions? If not, I'll put the motion. All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, okay. No, motion carried. Joe.
Hello.
Hi,
It's public meeting.
Right, we've moved past 1.6. We're going to go into CAPEX work program and jump ahead. Yeah, Bruce wants to come in early. Bruce?
So you're going to 6.1.
Yes.
Doesn't look like online.
We're going to wait for
What page number is this one?
We've gone to there, but now we're going back to here somewhere.
All right, we're putting Bruce on hold. We're going back to 2.1. This is my advice I'm getting.
You're doing well, work.
2.1. Eileen, this is the Natural and Heritage Fund request. Perhaps I'll read the resolution now.
Yep.
First, one, that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the Natural and Cultural Heritage Fund request from the Tairua Heritage Society Incorporated, dated 20th September 23, and 2, approves or declines the funding of $5,240 inclusive of GST from the Natural and Cultural Heritage Fund to the Tairua Heritage Society towards the designing and construction of 2 history panels and the production of heritage plays in November 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Move.
Okay, seconded. Yes.
Any discussion?
Eileen.
Well, I'll just take the report as being read. So yes, if you've got any questions that you want to raise.
I'd like to raise through the chair. Whereabouts are they going to go?
So the heritage panels,
Yeah.
they go into PP Reserve.
In the reserve.
With
Those two
the other
panels,
ones.
with the other 2 panels that are there.
Yeah.
Close by it or
Jason,
same vicinity?
yeah, I think
They work in with the parks rep to make sure that they're located, which isn't going to affect the maintenance and of the reserve for the contractors. So they're working together.
We had a bit of issue with Ngāti Hay and somebody else recently. Is this being resolved in terms of the panels?
No.
So that's
Actually, a rebel group, isn't it?
it's
Rather than being Ngāti
no. So those discussions will be ongoing.
that panel is being held in storage because of its sensitivity between Ngāti Hay, Ngāti Maru.
So if we include this money, they make the panels and they may not be put up.
Oh no, these
No,
panels are
these
going to go up. These are ones on shipwrecks and
Yeah.
in the minutes.
So that's why I couldn't work out the numbers because they said the 10, but it only seemed to be 9 to me. So there's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't follow
We're
that.
still waiting on Ngāti Maru to come back with what they.
It wasn't just Ngāti Maru, though, was it? It was also the
Hay. That fellow had a group.
Yeah, well, he's a hapua, I understand, of Ngāti Maru.
Okay.
And Ngāti Maru at this stage have disowned it. because of his attitude. So we're waiting on Ngāti Māori to come back with what they want on their panel. So there's going to be, at this stage, another panel. But no, these are just.
If I just through the chair, the group has said it produced and installed at the Peak Reserve 5 previous panels as part of a 10-panel series. So is this part of the?
Yes, part of the 2, part of the 10.
So this will make 7, and there's another 3 to go. Is that the way I'm just trying to understand how it's all going to work.
Five.
There's 3 there now.
There's 3 there now. Money on
Engine
that.
storage 4.
4.
And
Plus
there's
is
6.
5 and 6.
Yeah, this is 5 and 6.
Bloody expensive, aren't they?
Have we funded them the previous ones?
So you've used your natural cultural heritage grant money to fund the previous panel.
I think they're worthwhile.
Yeah, I just want to just understand it really. Just trying to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So the group is now wishing to add 2 more panels to the 10-panel series, bringing the total of panels to 10. So let's say there's 8 out there already.
No,
No, no, that's,
That's why I got confused.
yeah, it's a little bit.
sorry, yeah.
It's not clear.
The weddings.
So what is correct?
This will be 5 and 6.
It'll be 5 and
and
6.
6.
Sorry, yeah.
And going to stop it still up to 10 sometime in the future.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Another year's funding.
Yeah. They're already working around in terms of women and the early settlement. And
And do you guys, does the board get invited to an opening of these? Is there
yes, yes, yeah, I usually go along.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for protesters?
Yeah.
So there were 2 things they were asking for, wasn't it? There was the panels
And the place, which they're using to raise funds towards the actual, so that's the Night Road extension.
It looks like we're funding the extra here rather than the raising funds.
The heritage group, their fundraising is going towards fitting out the shelves, etc. Council are providing the building.
Any further discussion? If not, I'll put the motion. All in favour?
Right.
You. So we understand Bruce is, yes, I can see Bruce up there, so we're going to now go back to 6.1. The CAPEX work program. The resolution being that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the Tairua-Pāuanui CAPEX work program 23-24 and other information update report dated the 28th of September 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good morning, Barry.
Bruce.
Bruce. Bruce.
It's to Bruce.
Hello, Bruce.
You're just teasing me.
He's on mute. Is he on mute?
He's on mute. Yeah, he's on mute.
Stop the clock.
He's just going to the next one.
Okay,
4.1.
we'll hold that again. We'll go on to 4.1.
Yeah.
Back to 4.1. This is the easement request. I take it you've all read this lengthy document. Consideration being one, that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the easement request for right-of-way over council reserve report dated 28th of September 23. 2, recommends to council that it approves the right-of-way easement request over the with this Esplanade Reserve Lot 190 DPS 8178 in favour of 27 Tairua Terrace Lot 69 DPS 8978 to legalise an existing vehicle crossing subject to the following conditions. One, that the landowners, people, Mrs. Stewart, M and B Stewart and M Hunt meet all the survey and legal costs with creating the right-of-way easement. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Move.
Duke, Nicole? Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
All right,
I think
Oh.
you're reading out Faith's report. Is that Faith's report? Is that the easement request?
yes, yeah, 27 Torrey Terrace.
Faith Sullivan.
She's online.
Yep, sorry, I've just come in now,
Oh.
Yep. but I hear that it's all, I just caught the end of that, so I think we're on to Nicole now.
Sorry.
No.
No,
No?
sorry. Yeah, any discussion on that easement? That's where we are at the moment.
Okay, cool.
Been there since the 60s.
Yes, it has been going on a
Friend of
while.
mine, father built that place. It was the first one on Kaku, pretty much.
Was it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
not that house, the older one. Yeah.
Yeah, Ed's been involved for a bit on that. Yeah, it looks all pretty good for me.
There's nothing hidden in there that we need to know about, is there?
There's quite some phone cables and everything buried in there, but I guess.
There's nothing for us to be concerned about.
So the easement still gives access.
Yeah, a lot of an area up there.
I assume it's just this little piece across the corner.
Well, you see where they've got
It'll
there.
be legalising that,
Yeah.
exactly that.
And I don't know what the yellow arrows are for.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
The yellow arrows are just showing where the council reserve is. So it runs down from the top of the road and then down below that property.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not getting an easement over the whole reserve, are
No, definitely not.
It is-
they? I mean, there is a track from down in the end of the esplanade that comes up.
That's
these-
correct.
They built the house.
So
Yeah.
the easement's just that triangle?
Yes, just where the driveway crosses over that top corner.
Yeah, they want to get, they want to be able to park, 'cause you cannot park up on the road.
Right.
So, yeah, they'll be very grateful. Any further discussion on that?
That one's it.
If not, I'll put the motion. All in favour? Carried. Where we go? 5.1? Or is Bruce?
Is Bruce there now?
Yes, Bruce is here now.
Oh, morning, Bruce.
Good morning, board.
Morning.
Right, the KPX work program. The resolution, the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the Tairua-Pāuanui KPX work program 23-24 and other information update report dated the 28th of September 2023. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Discussion. I had one there under the Pāuanui Surf Club ablution block. Weren't they updating that as part of their refurbishment and their addition?
I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I'm not actually sure about that. Eileen might know more about it than I do, but I can definitely find out and come back to you on that detail.
No, sorry, I don't.
Well, some of us are going over there for the blessing this weekend, isn't it? This weekend? This weekend?
I'll make a note.
I'll have a look anyway.
Is it TIF funding? It says
No.
TIF funding.
No, so TIF funding is the report that we pulled from the meeting today, and that was around the toilet facilities at Corey Wright Park. And so the reason we pulled that was we just need to do a little bit more work looking at locations about whether we, what we do with the existing toilets at the St. John's building around refurbishment versus a new toilet block, maybe down by the skate park end. So we just need to do a bit more work on that before we actually are ready to bring it back to the board. So yeah, so Derek's away on sick leave at the moment, but he did his best to kind of get everything pulled together for the meeting deadline. But unfortunately, we're just not quite ready to actually give you some good advice on that one. So we'll come back to the next board meeting around that.
So just checking, Bruce, the 180K in there, that's all council
That's
money.
correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's our budgets, or board budgets. Yeah.
Yeah, I just seem to remember seeing something way back when the Tairua-Pāuanui Surf Club first put their plans out that they were doing something. But anyway, I'll look at that. I think it's this weekend. The 6:30 of dawn service over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any other discussions on there?
Just the shoreline management plan on the 16th of December, is that being?
No, September.
December. Should be just September, is it?
Yeah, we got a note somewhere saying that it was an error.
Right.
That's the only thing I have.
Bruce, while you're there, the continuing saga of the walkway along by Graham Road.
Yes.
We discussed it at the last council. Can you bring up the board up to date with, because there's some things that we've got to be discussed with a number of bodies.
Yeah. I'm just trying to flick across. I've got some sheets here from that discussion that we had with Councillor Gottlieb regarding that footpath. I'm just trying to find it here. Just bear with me.
At that meeting, there was going to be a regional meeting.
Yeah, I can take a crack at that one, Bruce, just through the chair.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
So there was an on-site meeting between the roading manager and the group to look at various options. Ed then produced a bit of a report, but so far in the LTP, his costings are as per his original design that was put through. We are in the process of arranging a meeting with Waka Kotahi, Ed, Mohammed Imtiaz, which is the general manager for roading, Eileen and myself, just to talk through some of those options following that site visit that Ed did. And the view that we want to take is just to understand what we would need to put in our LTP versus what NZTA would need to put in their equivalent of an LTP. So we just need to have that meeting before we meet again with the group and update the board.
Thank you.
That sounds very.
Sounds a bit bureaucratic.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that there's a bit of flack flying around outside of the formal processes on that one.
Yeah.
So there's going to be another meeting with the Walk Tairua people.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, that was
This meeting. This is a Waka Kotahi meeting, isn't it? What you're talking about, Dan?
Yeah, it's a meeting between TCDC and Waka Kotahi. The Walk Tairua group have asked to either be at the same meeting, so we just need to discuss whether at the same meeting or we have a meeting afterwards. But we certainly want to keep them in the loop.
so there will be a follow up with Walk Tairua.
Yes.
Thank you.
Long one, isn't it? I see that.
Okay.
Speed limits.
Anything else
Speed limits have changed.
under the KPIs? There'll be no more. I'll put the motion. All in favour?
Right.
Right.
7.1, while we got you here, the action schedule. The resolution being that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the action schedule dated 28 September 23. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please? Thank you. Any discussion?
Just got one if I can raise, I'm sure it's in the right place, but Bob Rinkin requested some work around footpath repairs over there. Should that fall on the schedule here, Eileen?
No, that's through the RFS system, and contractors meet on site with Park Street. They are doing, there's several pieces of footpath through that whole reserve, which are going to fix up. The works are going to take place straight after Labour weekend. They don't want to start the works before Labour weekend. Otherwise, they've got a fence wall off to be cured for the concrete to go off, which will impede pedestrian traffic through there on the busy. So the work will be starting straight after Labour weekend.
But wouldn't we put it on the work schedule to say it's happening? Is it something that sort of reminds us that things are happening?
It's through the RFS system, not the
How
wrong.
do we know about that? How do we get to know about it?
We will update it. But the works will be starting
Yeah, I see.
straight after.
I know you've actioned it, but somehow.
We can put this on the action schedule, but it will be closed by next time. The works will be done.
Well, I just think those are the kind of places we need to sort of have things locked in so we know what's going on. Yeah. If it's going to get done, it's going to get done.
Yeah, Dean sent it out, mate. While you were away, you would have been copied into that. Yeah, it'd be nice to get that over the line. Chris, did you want to add while we're talking about the action schedule?
Ask about the what's happening with the rubbish collection. A lot of people around the town are very, very unhappy about the way the whole thing's coming together. There's those people on Parker Grizzling, they've been sitting up there for 2 days, and I mean, they're not coming down my own street. They're just not doing. They're not performing at all. Taking 2 days to do the town that Street Smart used to do in a day, or less than a day. Sometimes 3. Street Smart did the Tairua-Pāuanui on the same day, as far as I can remember.
So if I'm hearing you correct, talking about the solid waste collection with waste management, so that's activities under Mo's portfolio now, with Mo having moved out of my group into his own infrastructure group. But what I'll do is I'll take a note and I'll catch up with Mo and just have a bit of a chat with him, and he can get a few details back to the board. It has been a challenge, obviously, for waste management kicking off with their new contract and getting stuck into it. They've definitely had a few challenges around the place. I think they'd admit that, and yeah, things are definitely improving from my observations, but whether they're not quite there yet at some of the areas in Tairua-Pāuanui, I'm not sure. I'd happy to receive any feedback you've got on that, and I'll pass it through to Mo and his team.
The road's causing them problems, but from what I understand, they're having problems in other councils as well. So there's something.
Yeah, so it does look like they've had some issues in the other couple of neighbouring councils, but yeah, I don't know any of the details about that. I know that on this side of the peninsula there are some challenges initially, but they seem to have kind of got that mostly under control. But like I say, whether they haven't managed to get things running how they want them running over in Tairua-Pāuanui, I don't know. But like I say, I'll make sure I go and raise it with Mo, and then he can look into it with his team, and then come back to the board if there's anything to report back on.
Wouldn't mind a report on how much the waste food thing is actually getting picked up. How much of stuff is getting picked up?
Yep, I'd say. Yeah, my thoughts on my advice and thoughts on that, for what they're worth, would be it's a little bit early for that, but definitely it's something that they are tracking. And I think once things kind of stabilise down, it will be interesting. You're right, to see what kind of volumes we're getting through the food waste. Because obviously initially there's some people is like a hiss and a roar, they get really into it. Other people, they kind of take a while to kind of get into the using the food waste bin. So until things settle down a little bit, another month or two, I'd say, then we'll actually have a better handle on, okay, what are we looking like? What are we actually getting out regularly every week from the food waste? And then, we'll be able to via Mo's team, be able to let the boards, different boards around the district know how things are going around the food waste. Because obviously it is a new service, so it is a bit of an unknown for everyone.
I think the feedback we need to take from Tairua anyway is that instead of 1 day, it's taking sometimes 2.5 days where everything's collected. There's a lot of bins floating around.
Yeah.
And another bit is
changing the days was the problem.
yeah, when because I do a few contract lawns and I'm finding bits of tags all over the place.
Right. Okay.
And I think that's something they need to think about too.
Yeah.
Changing
Okay.
the days has created a lot of confusion as well. People putting their bins out on a Sunday night before they go home.
Yep.
And the things are sitting there for a fortnight.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Understand.
There's going to be a problem coming into summer.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah, that's the fear that's coming. I'm getting. This weekend will be a test, and then bring on Christmas. So, yeah. However, we'll see what happens.
And the blue bags, they could throw them in the boot of their car, and throw them in the tip on the way out of town, but you're not going to throw that bin in the boot of your car.
I didn't even do that either.
No, I know. A few did, but yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion on the action schedule? If not, I'll put the motion. All in favour?
No.
Aye.
You carried. Never going back to Nicole. 5.1
Good morning again.
again. Variation of lease, the Tairua Rugby and Sports Club, 12 Mania Road. The resolution one, that the Tairua-Pāuanui Community Board receives the variation of lease, Tairua Rugby Club and Sport, or Tairua Rugby and Sports Club, 12 Mania Road, dated 25th of September 23, and 2, recommends to Council that it approves the deed of variation to the Tairua Rugby and Sports Club, which allows the extension of their current footprint by approximately 70 square metres to accommodate a wooden deck area on the property located at 12 Mania Road, Tairua, being lot DP 424663, local purpose emergency services community buildings reserve. This is conditional on the Tairua Rugby and Sports Club entering a variation as per recommendation 3. 3 being it recommends Council that it approves the deed of variation to the Tairua Rugby and Sports Club containing clauses making it clear that the former St John's Garage / Bay and public toilets are not part of their lease area, and further clarifying Council is responsible for maintenance of those areas depicted on reference to attachments A, B and C. Can I have a mover and seconder, please?
I'll move.
Do? Discussion?
Yeah, exactly.
So any points we should be considering here, Nicole?
Only that they want to do some drainage works, but that'll have to go through the consent process. So they need to do that before they carry anything out. And also, as I say, just the clarifications of what's theirs and what's ours. There was an issue a few years ago regarding that. And yeah, not apart from that, it's pretty straightforward.
So just through the chair, so the toilets, are they passing it back to council or will they always wear council?
I understood they were always Council.
Through the chair, yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
They always wear.
But the old St John's rooms, they use that as a gym, and that's was part of their lease or is part of their lease.
It is still part of their lease.
It's still at this stage part of the lease.
Yes.
So
It's just the area facing the street, sorry, Tairua Road,
Yeah.
where the garage is and the 2 public toilet areas.
So it's that big area.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
if someone,
I suppose it doesn't matter,
who's
does it?
talking?
Costs us a shitload of money. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the toilets, we talked about them recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, no lights in them, and however, it looks,
Excuse me.
no, I'm trying to get my head around the gym that they're using now.
So is part of the lease or the gym is not part of the lease?
The gym area is part of the lease.
But the
The
public
only
toilet,
parts that, the only parts that are excluded are the public toilets and the bay area towards, and the driveway towards Tairua Road.
which
Is
is
that
where
Tairua Road it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lensar used to, or
Yeah.
does have their equipment.
Didn't they get asked to leave there by the football club?
Yeah, well, Lansing got kicked out of them, virtually got kicked out of the area, but we maintain it, or council maintains that, the old St John's rooms. Is that right?
There's always been a bit of confusion about who maintains what. That's why we're trying to clarify it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Council is responsible for the maintenance.
To attend for the wound. If you could get a statement from him, just to say that he attended the wound after the attack, though he didn't see the attack.
What?
That was John Mustin's been
Is he supposed to be part of this discussion? Oh. So, I mean, they've been, the rugby club have been using that gym, they've done some work and.
I would suggest get a doctor's report. What the doctor will probably say it is evidence of a dog bite. So we get that in.
Yeah.
We have evidence there's been a bite, doctor's confirmation. Bite wound is
Yeah.
to a dog.
Yeah, someone asked him to mute.
We
Right, so getting back to the resolution.
So the maintenance, Nicole, of the actual building, that's where we, sorry,
The maintenance of the actual building.
so that's what you're wanting to do here as well, is to tidy up that lease agreement with, in regard to the maintenance as well?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, all right.
Chair, the Lansar, are they there or not? there?
No, they're out at Redbridge Road.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, they were in there. And the rugby club use it as a store area now for their training gear, their pads and legs.
So they want to formalise that bit too, don't they?
No, they're not getting, no, that's going to be separated away.
So the garage bay area, Nicole, is not part of this request, and the rugby club don't already have it as part of their lease, is that correct?
It's excluded from the lease.
Yeah. So they shouldn't be using, so the rugby
Shouldn't
club
be using it.
is using the garage bay area for anything?
No.
Really?
Yes, they are.
So where are we with that then?
So that needs to be tidied up as well, Nicole, when
Yeah, that's part of this recommendation, is to tidy up everything and make it absolutely clear whose responsibility it is between council and the club. I
Yeah.
wasn't aware there was anything in that garage. Oh, sorry. So
Well, the land sale, I guess would like to go back there. I'm not too sure just how it all evolved, but they got moved out. And I understood, I don't know why, that the rugby club had the control over that whole thing.
They didn't have enough room for their trailer in there, I think.
Okay. Anyway, yes, get it tidied up. So, any further discussion on this extension? The only note I had that I saw in the correspondence that they intend to apply for an extension to their liquor license. Now, we don't get involved with that, but
You don't.
I can't see that.
So Nicole, with this resolution here,
Hmm.
the fact that the garage bay area is not part of their lease,
Mm-hmm.
is that they are using it. Do we need to change that recommendation to have those discussions with the Tairua Rugby Sports Club to include it as part of their lease as well? Seeing it appears that they are actually using it.
The garage part?
Yeah. Do we need to do anything with that?
Well, that's part of the recommendation to exclude.
Yeah, I guess the question is though, if Landsale don't want to use it because it's not big enough, and the rugby club do, is there any point in excluding it and throwing the rugby club gear out of there?
It's not going to give us any more rent.
No.
But it's just anyway.
Yeah.
But we need to tidy it up at the same time. At the moment, this resolution is still excluding it. Is that right?
Yes, those areas marked on that map, yes.
So the bit about the public toilets.
The public toilets are still council, so they are not part of the lease.
I think, through the chair, are those public toilets locked or controlled by council in terms of access?
They have no
Yes.
on the here, so they're not locked. They're not actually locked because there's no doors to lock them.
Okay. So they're open all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're getting
Like
pretty
on
scruffy
the
too.
That's part of the sort of thing that's been withdrawn.
Yeah. Yes, it's part of that.
So for the future plan for this TIF thing, is that decent toilet?
That will come through when, as Bruce said, they've got to make those.
There is a proposal, yeah.
Getting back to the resolution, what do you want the board to do here with that resolution? Do you want them to do something about that garage, tidy up the garage bay area, or proviso, or something in there for that garage, or just leave it as being excluded from the rugby club's lease?
I would just leave it as being excluded from the rugby club's lease.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, so is that then going to lead to the rugby club being told to take the gear out?
That will be the case if it's excluded. They won't have any use.
Any rights?
They could
Any
ask
rights,
for it, couldn't
that's
they?
it. Thank you.
They could come back and say, can we, but they, at the moment, it looks like it's no, still they can do that. They need to approach it, so.
And then they'd have to come back and do the same thing. They'd have to do a variation to their lease. If they wanted to use it, they'd have to come back again and do another variation to include it, wouldn't they, Nicole?
Or we
That'd
can,
be correct.
Can we not give them the okay now?
It's,
I think
Let's-
Yeah, I don't see any point in throwing the rugby club.
No,
No.
no.
It makes sense for the gear to be stored there. It's a community asset.
Add the garage to the lease.
Well, can we just add the use of the garage to the lease?
so just keep it like it is and just say it's okay to use it.
Yeah.
Freebie
We
type.
need to have. Does that make sense to you, Nicole?
So
Yeah,
what was that?
With that we're going to include
The use of the garage.
the use of the garage bay area.
Okay, so it will just be the public toilets.
Yes.
And include the garage and the lease.
Yes. And we are okay with recommending the extension of the footprint. That 70 square metres
For the deck.
with a wooden deck area. So that and the garage bay area. That's it. Everyone happy with that?
Yep. That'd be fair.
Just think about it. I'm sure you're right.
Just going to put this alteration
That
up.
was a good trip, is it?
And what was involved with the drainage? What is that?
They wanted to mitigate the flooding that was occurring outside, flooding that they said was coming into their club rooms. So they wanted to lay a drain so they could lead it away. But it involves a couple of soak pits, and therefore that means that they need to get consent from council to do that, and TCDC needs to approve that.
So that'll come to the board again.
I was actually.
No,
Is
that'll
it out?
be,
It's out of our.
No,
yeah, it's out of your guys, it's
Yeah,
operational.
Yeah, that's right.
That's building consent.
Building consent, yeah.
Sewage.
So there's a new resolution up there if you guys are happy with that.
I think, is the current stormwater from that shed and everything go into these drains, or does it look like it goes straight into the ground underneath there? It's just
yeah, I think it's straight into the ground.
Yeah,
By
that's-
the looks of it, there's no,
yeah.
unless it's a soak pit there.
Yeah, the rain we had, the exceptional rain, just of course. The whole drainage, the whole field.
You're getting the grass growing there that normally would grow in a swamp.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking back at this altered resolution up here. I'm happy with that.
So 2 now says recommends to council that it approve a deed of variation to the Tairua Rugby Sports Club which allows the garage bay area and the extension of the current footprint by approximately 70 square metres to accommodate a wooden deck area on the property located at 12 Manaia Road, Tairua, being Lot 1 DP 424663, local purpose emergency services to community buildings reserve. This is conditional on the Tairua Rugby Sports Club entering a variation as per recommendation 3. Recommends to council that it approve a deed of variation to the Tairua Rugby Sports Club containing clauses making it clear the former public toilets are not part of the lease, and further clarifying council is responsible for maintenance of those areas as depicted below.
Can I suggestion in 2, which allows the use of the garage bay area? With the first yellow allows use of.
Yeah.
Just making it clear.
Okay, everyone happy with that?
just saying the areas as predicted below.
Yeah,
Be
so
happy that that's changing. Do we need to change it?
that's what I was just looking at. So Nicole, where it says depicted below, the picture below will still be showing the garage bay area excluded. So do we need to change that?
I can change that for the minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna put that as read. All in favour?
Aye.
Q. Carried. 5.2. The proposed assignment of the lease.
So that's the tidy up. Dealing with what's existing.
Resolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
One's coming out, they're all coming at me. Right, the resolution is that the Tairua Community Board receives and proposes an assignment of AML Limited to Wholesome New Zealand Limited, 20 Redbridge Road, Tairua. report dated 2nd of October 2023. Number 2, it recommends to council that it approves the proposed deed of assignment from AML Limited to Wholesome New Zealand Limited. The premises located at lots 5 and 6, 20 Redbridge Road. Tairua comprised in record of title SA 20A/322. And we have references attachment A and B. Can I have a mover and a seconder, please?
Yeah.
Nicole?
Yes.
You agree?
Pretty straightforward.
It is a pretty straightforward business transaction, the opposite of a merger. It's a demerger, so there's no financial implications to worry about.
Have Allied sold the business?
They're splitting it.
It's
They're splitting it away. Quite a comprehensive read through there.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see any of that.
This is part of a demerger, Yeah. AML wishes to assign the lease.
Big company.
Big company, yeah, big Swiss company.
Oh, are you aware of the approaches being made out there Redbridge Road at the moment? Again, these I refer to them, well, I can't say that. There's a band of people intruding on those properties out there and demanding rent and.
Yes, we have been advised. Our legal department is aware of it, and John Muston, the property and facilities manager, has been in touch with each of the tenants out there, just explaining the situation. So yes, we are aware of that.
Quite a pain. I'm getting phone calls from concerned leasees out there. Are getting stroppy.
Can I ask you, the chair, is this particular people, have they had issues around their site, or are they in a different area?
The ones that are doing the harassing.
No, these side here, AML.
Oh, AML, yes, they've been approached.
Have they?
Yep.
Okay.
I think they've all received letters.
They're having not only getting letters, they're coming onto the property and shaking fists and behaving in a threatening manner. I've been doing this for a while. I understand part of this freedoms movement, whatever they call themselves. That's through the country as well.
Is that in?
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I have no further. I don't have any other comments on that. Go forward decision. Is there any other matters? All happy with it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did I get a second? Did I get a second?
Yes.
Right, I put the motion. All in favour?
Aye.
Thank you. Gary?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Right. 7.2, moving on to 7.2, I take it as read. Resolution, Tairua Community Board receives the chairperson's report dated the 5th of October. Any discussion?
Yeah, I've got one point. I'd like most probably Dean Allen to talk about, it's not in your report, but it should be just an attachment to the bottom about the Waikato Regional Council Regional Coastal Plan Review. Just some information really for the board to say that is up for discussion. And with the 14th of November being the D-Day for submissions. You want to update them, Dean, or not? Tell them something?
Yep, just through the chair. So our policy unit has gathered all of the feedback from the various boards, also all of the feedback from the various staff that have expertise or involvement in the different areas of the plan. That's been collated and is in the process of being peer reviewed. And I believe the 31st of October is when that will be going to council to be ratified. I've had an initial look at the document. It does include the comments that are made by this board. And so yeah, the feedback of each of the boards has been included in the proposed submission that council will make.
Okay, I didn't know that actually asked the board.
Well, Well, I put a submission in, I
You
didn't know whether, did you do anything, Barry? Can you look at the 300 plus pages?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the stuff that we were involved was dredging and
Yeah,
the harbour.
okay, we're all aware of that.
So you
They're just coming down from the waterways.
don't get them.
And I had a move and a seconded for my report, please.
Yep.
I'll move it.
I think
Someone
Do you
seconded.
want to add that you attended on the 10th of October along with other community board chairs of the workshop and the council? So you were busy.
Yeah, I have got that in my next report.
Oh, your next report, well, I'll leave that.
I've already taken, it sort of gets out of step, gets out of kilter. So, all in favour of my report?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Well, thank you all for your attendance.